This visualization tool was developed to animate MoveBank animal movement datasets. It is fully interactive, allowing the user to pan and zoom on a customizable map. The user is able to quickly and efficiently scan through the entire dataset and adjust the temporal window for tracks. If the dataset contains environmental annotation data, the user is able to display multiple variables through color and line thickness. Here we see the movement tracks of 9 Galapagos albatross as they make foraging trips to the Peruvian coast where food is more plentiful. The magenta and red colors indicate higher ocean productivity. Points can be used in lieu of or in addition to line tracks and can be colored and scaled to their own variables. If the dataset contains directional data, simple vectors can be displayed that vary by color and length. The user has full control over the colors used by the visualization and has several base maps available to choose from. Legend elements can be styled and moved as necessary, and layouts can be saved and loaded. The release version will allow the user to completely edit the legend size and orientation. Individual tracks can be toggled on and off and selected. The tool allows the user to visually analyze their movement data for potential correlations between environmental variables. Here we see that the southern movement tracks to the Galapagos Islands appear to be assisted by tailwind support, while the outbound routes to the Peruvian coast are hampered by strong headwinds. This may be easier to visualize if we load a color ramp saved earlier. The user can build their own color ramps in a manner similar to graphic design programs. The tool allows the user to export video clips of interesting visualizations for public outreach and presentations. The release version of the tool will have more encoding options to choose from. The user is able to configure much of the data used to build the animation. Loading a new data set is just a matter of pointing to a MoveBank formatted CSV or text file. If the data doesn't recognize the fields necessary to build the animation, it will simply ask the user to point to them. The tool recognizes fields from the annotation service, and if the data has custom fields, the user can add these to the configuration file. Ranges, units, and aliases can be edited, and the user is able to select which fields and animal tracks they wish to work with. The visualization decides on an appropriate time interval to use for the animation, but this can be adjusted as necessary. I've selected two turkey vulture migration tracks to visualize with thermal uplift velocity and movement speed. Unlike the albatrosses visualized earlier, tailwind support doesn't seem to influence their speeds dramatically. Instead, it appears that periods of high movement speed are preceded by high thermal uplift velocity. The release version of this visualization tool will be available later this fall and will include the ability to save and share animation states and often used configurations. We plan to implement other features including field calculations, statistical analysis tools, and the ability to import imagery and other datasets.